So we did a video on the history of the demon moons, 10 facts about the 12 demon moons, and 10 facts about not only Muzan, but the demons as well. Holy cow, we've covered some ground on our growing Demon Slayer videos. But it's not over yet, and we're not gonna stop. Now also, I've added spoilers to the titles, cause not everyone likes spoilers, and it's always good to know what you're getting into. Hello V Nation, this is Kyle from Varistudiostv, the who's, what's, where's, when's, and tens of anime, and today we will be looking at the 6 lower moons. As you have guessed it, spoiler warning. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now yes, we did decide to do a separate video for the lower moons as opposed to the upper moons, because I really didn't want this video to be that super long, about 30-40 minutes. So I decided to split it in two. Now at the end of everything, once I've uploaded all 3 videos, the history of the demon moons, the lower moons, and the upper moons, I'll be combining it all into one major video. So look out for that as well. So let's jump right into it. Starting off our video is Enmu. Aside from having a kick-ass name and a sadistic side that would even make Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter quake in his boots, Enmu holds the position of the lower moon #1. Enmu's main ability is the power to enter, manipulate, and control someone's dreams. He's capable of essentially killing someone by destroying their spiritual core inside the dream, effectively destroying their mind and leaving their body an empty shell. However, it is to be noted that there's a danger of being affected and possibly mentally changed by the unconscious mind of his victims. This was seen when one of Enmu's human agents is touched by Tanjiro's inner kindness and subsequently losing his will to kill Tanjiro. For this very reason, Enmu, instead of entering the minds of his victims himself, always uses someone else to enter the target's dream. Now that you basically know the overview of Enmu, let's tear apart all his abilities and powers. He has enhanced speed and reflexes. As shown in the movie, he was able to dodge Tanjiro's slashes effortlessly. Now this is where things get a little crazy. He has flesh manipulation, like most demons, but with Enmu, he also possesses flesh detachment. At the basic level, he's able to detach his hand where it can act independently of his body. He can also create a fox body that was able to even fool Tanjiro into thinking it was his real body. He also has fusion, where he's able to incorporate large inanimate objects into and being a part of his own body, like a train for instance. We already touched on this a little bit, but his blood demon art, dream manipulation, is where he's able to manipulate and enter someone's dream and with enough opportunity, kill them there. He also has the connecting rope. Though this rope wasn't fully explained in the movie, it basically allows someone else to enter someone's dreams other than Enmu himself. Cutting the rope mid-sleep will trap the user's consciousness forever inside the dream. Sleep inducement is when he's able to cause people to fall asleep instantly. And sleep tickets is where he mixes his blood with the ink of the tickets, allowing people to fall asleep more easily under his spell. He also has some pretty interesting sounding techniques as well. Whispers of the forced unconscious hypnosis, where the mouth on his hand basically tells the target to fall asleep and they do. And eyes of the forced unconscious sleep. Basically, looking directly into these eyes causes the target to fall asleep instantly. And finally, Bone Owl. This weapon he gives to the conductor and the children, which he formed from his own bones. It's able to pierce through a demon hunter's clothes and their spiritual core. Now that would actually close off all of Enmu's abilities. So let's move right along to the next demon on the list. Lower Moon 1, Ubume. As you may have seen from my other videos on the lower moons, she was the former Lower Moon 1 who killed Sanami's best friend, and through the death of his best friend, he became the Wind Pillar, illusion manifestation. Ubume can cast powerful illusions at will. She used this power to change a room in a mansion into fleshy walls of her stomach. The illusion was so powerful that Sanami failed to sense her while under her spell. He continued to struggle against her blood art, but this was to no avail. He only escaped when Masachika broke through the demon dispelling mirror, which greatly weakened her illusion. Though weakened, she used the very last bit of her strength to kill Masachika by manifesting an image of her deceased daughter. This allowed her to fatally stab him in the abdomen. Up next, we have Hiro, also known as the Gun Demon. He was the Lower Moon 2, well, the former one at least, the main antagonist in Kyojuro Rengoku's Gaiden of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. If you want to know what he looks like, there he is. He seems to be a cross between an assassin, a sailor, and a Western gunslinger. Not really much is known about this demon, except that he's mastered Bushido, and if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link to the wiki in the description. He's also survived an encounter with Rengoku's father, but how he escaped, the details are murky at best. As it relates to his personality, he's a wild one to say the least. He's been noted to be a very angry demon to the point where he shot off his own head to contain his anger. But let's jump into his abilities. He seems to be considerably stronger to that of other demons, as he was able to stand up to Kyojuro during his most powerful years right before he became a pillar. He also has enhanced regeneration. Hiro has displayed an incredible regenerative ability, able to regrow the entire upper part of his body in a matter of mere seconds after having it completely destroyed. Now, his blood demon arts do include Unbreakinesis. It sounds stupid when you say it out loud, but trust me, it's one of the most OP techniques on the market. He's able to create a vast number of shadows, Shadow Wolf and Ravaged War Formation Wolf. He's also able to convert the shadows of people and objects into being a part of the army as well, and it's called Plunder Cavity. These shadows are able to negate physical attacks, absorb people and objects, and there also has some kind of like suction effect which makes it near impossible to dodge or escape the technique. He also is able to use his shadow as some sort of pocket void where he can store various items and weapons. He's also very good at torturing humans. He seems to have an acute sense for the vital parts of the human body. He also seems to be a master of weapons as well. This dude is just full of all sorts of techniques. Too bad he died. Well, I guess looks can be deceiving. We can just move right along to the next one on the list. Next on the list is Rokuro, our number 2 demon moon. He got folded. That's literally it. Well, I guess we can talk about his looks maybe. Here he is on screen. He's an older man with a stocky build and pale skin decorated with black vein-like patterns down his face, arms and legs. He had long dark purple hair, I think, and a beard down his jawline, as well as he had like golden cat ears and the kanji for 2 etched in his left eye. What else? Oh yeah, he bitched and screamed as he died. That's about it. Next up on the list at number 3 is Akuraba. Not much better than the other guy. What was his name again? Well, at least this one tried to run. Should we at least describe how he looks? Nah, this video is already as long as it should be. At number 4 is another throwaway demon, the cannon fodder Mukago. Let's listen to her scream as she dies pathetically. She does have a pretty cool design. I kinda wanted to see her abilities, but according to Muzan, she was just a coward that runs away at the very sound of a Hashira. Poor thing. Now, let me skip over a few demons and go right ahead to the Demon Moon 6. He got himself killed by Muzan as well, and that ends it there. Here he is dying.
Please! Please show me mercy! I'm sorry! I'm so very, very sorry!
So let's move on to the 2 final lower moons. Time for the little boy with a killer personality and mommy issues. Lower Moon 5, Rui. Need he be introduced? We first meet him when he's disciplining his own mother and sister. We soon find out that he's a sadistic child who simply yearns for a family that won't abandon him. As a child, he was weak and couldn't play. His mother and father wished for him to grow up big and strong. But after becoming a demon, he started killing people. His parents couldn't stand it and tried to kill him. This further fractured his psyche and pushed him over the edge. He soon took the lives of his very own parents and started to pursue a family of his own, ruling them with fear and pain. A bunch of misfit demons who aren't strong alone, he brought them all together with his blood. So let's take a look at all his awesome abilities as a demon and more. Enhanced durability. This is seen as Tanjiro tries to cut his head off. His blade sounded like it hit a rock, with Rui saying even his skin far surpasses the durability of his webs, which Tanjiro's sword couldn't cut and broke clean off. He also has enhanced strength. This is displayed too many times to count when he threw Nezuko and kidnapped her right from Tanjiro's arm. Even as she squirms, he makes little effort in holding her in place. On top of that, he hits and kicks Tanjiro considerably far. Enhanced regeneration. When Nezuko clawed his face off, he regenerates instantly. He was even able to reattach his head after it was cut off. Steel threads. We've seen these things turn demon slayers into Swiss cheese and even break Nichirin blades effortlessly. He also has his demon blood art, where Rui can augment and strengthen his fellow demons' overall power. He can also do this to his threads as well, making them reddish in color. He also has cell manipulation. This allows Rui to change and manipulate the appearance of his fellow demons. Now, we can look at a few of his techniques. Cutting thread cage, Rui creates a web-shaped string around his opponent to cut them into pieces. Murderous eye blanket, Rui creates a cage from his webs around the target and continuously shrinks them until the target is cut into pieces. Cutting thread rotation, he creates a rotating wheel of threads. Upon reaching his opponent, it'll cut them to pieces. What? Does everything cut people to pieces with this kid? Wow. Rui also gave us one of the best hero versus protagonist fights in all of anime, so he will be well remembered. However, he didn't die after Tanjiro cut his head off. He was actually killed by Gyu, as he cut his own head off before Tanjiro's blade could do the trick. Gyu also used his 11th form and effortlessly sliced through Rui's neck, ending his life. Funny enough, at the end of his life, he realized that his parents really didn't hate him. All along, they were planning to kill him and then end their own lives, as they couldn't bear to see their son become a man-eating beast, even if he did have a stronger body. As such, Rui seems to have been led to the afterlife where he was reborn. Happy endings, I guess, do come to man-eating demons. The former number 6 was Kyogai. Not much is known about Kyogai except that he was a writer who couldn't quite get the appreciation he truly deserved. So Muzan manipulated the darkness in his heart and turned him into a demon. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't grow very far and he was dropped from the 12 demon Kizuki. After that, he started hunting humans with special blood that he thought would allow him to grow beyond his limit. His techniques and abilities are quite unique and revolve around a single domain, which is his home. Now, funny enough, there is another demon on the list with similar techniques to Kyogai. She's the Upper Moon Demon 4, but more on her abilities later. Kyogai has a few drums on his body which manipulate his homes and attacks in various ways. The drum on his right shoulder causes the room to rotate to the right. The drum on the left causes rooms to rotate on the left. The drum on his right leg causes room to rotate forward, and the drum on his left leg causes the room to rotate backwards. The drum on his navel creates a 3-claw-like slash attack. The drum on his back teleports him to another room within his mansion. This drum was actually stolen by one of the very children he tried to hunt down. Now, he does have rapid drumming. By increasing the speed of his drumming, all of his techniques get powered up, and the number of claws increase from 3 to 5. There isn't really much to him. He's a very soft-spoken, elusive demon and just wants some appreciation. And he did get that at the end of his life, courtesy of Tanjiro. Tanjiro appreciated his work by not laying a foot on them as he fought, and so Kyogai left this world. And that's literally it for the lower moons. Well, it's a little bit of a longer video than I expected, but I'm really glad I got to it. Now, for the final video on the upper moons. That video will definitely be a little longer, so make sure you tune in for that. And you can check out the previous videos in this Demon Moon series that I'm doing. Link is on your screen and the description. And remember, V Nation, stay safe out there.